Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Remnants of Dysfunction podcast. My name is Mark Rockwell, and I'm getting some feedback, but Chad Malazzo, my co host, is in his house. What's up, boss?
What's up? What's up?
Been a minute, huh?
Yeah, we didn't do so good this week or last week. I think it was.
Oh, we put out two last week, so
Maybe it's this week then. Well, maybe I don't know. I didn't even know what day it was, dude. I thought it was Friday today, and my buddy's sitting outside talking to me, and he's like, "No, dude, today's Tuesday." I'm like, "Oh, huh.
it's only Tuesday. So, I mean, we only missed it by a day. I
Well, that ain't too bad."
think we're doing all right.
Yeah, yeah, we're doing.
So, what's good in the hood?
Man, just watching the storms. Got the house under contract still. So when this thing was projected to hit Pensacola, I was like, "Well, that figures. Get the house under contract, and now a hurricane's going to go in and take it out, which would be fine because I've got good insurance on it. But I just still would rather have the house done."
She's, she's covered.
But yeah, so far everything's a go there. I'm up here in Nashville, Tennessee. We got a little thunder boomer trying to creep its way in here, and then once we get onto this, I got to go shopping for some groceries because I'm pretty much all out. I ate my last thing of baked beans last night, man, and I need some food. I hate grocery.
You ate your ass. You ate your last thing of ho hos, huh?
Yeah, I hate grocery shopping, man. It's so expensive. You walk out with nothing. It's like I'm fixing to go drop $100 on like a bag of chips.
I got two bags here, and it's
Yeah,
$300.
yeah, about right.
Thanks, Bidenomics.
Yeah, yeah, working out great. Yeah, so I did that class today for my license renewal, man, about the marketing stuff. That was so crazy how they were talking about like this is all these studies have been done, and they went into all these studies and they kept talking about the 75% seven views, 12 clicks, like the 75% chance. And I'm sitting here thinking about all the stuff we're advertising, why we see the same thing so much. It's like, man, that's why. Like that's why all these news channels repeat the same thing over and over and over when they say it and they post it. It's like, man, these statistics aren't out there by just randomness. I mean, they're legit statistics. Like these are proven facts that they've studied for years, man. So it's kind of
They're
crazy.
just trying to pound it in your head.
Yeah, just brainwash you, man. Is really what it is. Just it's like that's why these all these interviews and conferences stuff. It's like they talk about it so much. I would like to know how many interviews each candidate has had from the time they announce a president. I bet it's close to 7 to 12 to get make people believe it because they post that crap so much. And even when they're doing their interviews and stuff, they're talking about the same thing that the news is pounding. So it's like it's just out of repetition. You've always heard that
Right.
saying: if you tell somebody something long enough, they're going to believe it. And we're just being sold a bunch of shit, man. That's all. I'm tired of it.
Well, speaking of being sold a bunch of shit,
Let's hear it.
but it ain't shit. Uh, we got some super cool news. We are now brand ambassadors for Reaper Apparel.
Word.
Booyah!
Excited about that. Yeah, we should have started off with that one. My bad.
It's all right. It's all right. We get up to it.
All right, start all over again. Three, two, one, go. Hey, this is
Hey.
we are ambassadors for.
But Reaper Apparel kind of fits in with some of the things we talked about. The owner says he's battled with severe anxiety and borderline depression. He wasted a lot of moments in life worrying about what the future would hold. He just knows he's never getting those moments back, and he's committed to living life authentic. Things uh, center him, so he's making a commitment to live his most authentic way every single day, and I think that fits in with Remnants of Dysfunction
Yeah,
very nicely.
what a blessing.
So we are now brand ambassadors for Reaper Apparel. And if you go to Reaper Apparel and use our code Remnants of Dysfunction, you get 10% off.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Go there,
sweet.
go there, and we got
We'll help you help us.
yeah, we got big things to work. And what a blessing it is to have somebody like that start working with us, and as we're growing, and he's been through a lot of things we've talked about. I mean, it's that's the kind of people we want involved with us, and we want to talk with and sit down with and interview, and we're going to get there. We're in the growing stages, we're in the baby stages of everything, but we're going to get there. We're pretty dedicated people, and it's all part of the process, which which speaks to what the topic's gonna be tonight, Mark. You wanna hit it real quick?
Going 100%.
Yeah.
Anything you do, you got to just just do it. I did a little thing the other day walking. Was it? Did I post that on my Facebook or on the Remnants Facebook?
I don't know, might have been both.
Might have been both. But motivation to do something is great, but motivation is only going to take you so far. Like, even if you don't want to do it, you still got to do it.
Yeah.
And discipline is more than motivation, and that's what I think. I learned that from doing 75 hard. Because if I would have said, I'm gonna do 75 hard. Okay, that's great. You got to drink a gallon of water. You got to read 10 pages in the book. You got to take a progress picture every day, 75 days, 2 workouts, 1 outdoors. And it gets to like day 4 or 5, and you're like, fuck this shit. This sucks. But the way I looked at it, I'd already started it, and I am a sucker for getting things finished. Like, if I start that.
Yeah.
And I've seen so many people that have been like, "Oh, I forgot to drink my gallon of water," and I'm thinking, I am not gonna get to like day 70 and be like, "Oh, forgot to take my fucking picture. I gotta start over." Hell no.
Well, let's break down that 100% 'cause as you're sitting there saying thinking about it, and you take somebody like me who I'm really just in limbo right now, and I've never actually been dedicated to something like that. I mean, I don't work out, I don't do this. I mean, I'm a dedicated person, but I've never, like, said, "Hey, I'm gonna do this," and like, my jobs, I know 100%, I'll do 110%. But let's break that down, if you don't mind, and put it in layman's terms for me. So, like, let's say we got 100%. How much of that is motivation? How much of that is determination? Like, you could actually take 100% and say, "Hey, if you just did 25% of motivation, 25% of determination, 25% of willpower, and then what would be another 25, that you could put down?" Instead of looking at the whole 100% number, you know where I'm getting at, right? My mind's scatterbrained on this right now because I can look at the whole 100% thing and get overwhelmed and be like, "I can't do it because that's just too much. That's too much 100%." But I think if we broke it down, um, like, simplify it, it'd be really easy to get to 100%, and it wouldn't be so much stress on yourself, if you were like, "If I only give 25% of motivation to this, or if I only give 25% dedication," I think eventually you can build yourself up to start hitting 100%, or maybe even 80% motivation, 80% this, you know? That makes you see where I'm going with that, like, makes
I mean,
sense?
what do they say? Man, I'm getting super feedback here. Uh, but what do they say? Like, like 5 days, 7 days, and it becomes habit.
I don't know, I'm 6 days without a drink right now, so, I really would love to have one, so that might not be a habit. I'm not gonna drink one. I'm pounding water like a boss, but, it's very hard
Water's good for you.
because that was a habit. Drinking every day was a habit. I wasn't an alcoholic, but I was on my way. But anyway, is it 7 days or
But
3 weeks?
but if you think about it, you go into one of your jobs.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was gonna actually use
You
that
know,
example.
you got whatever percentage of motivation to do it. But even in your jobs, even though you're motivated to get it done, there's probably days when you're like, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah, and you gotta give yourself permission to do that. So, and I was gonna use my jobs as a really good example. When you're walking through a job with a client and you're talking about the finish line, the 100% part, it gets overwhelming because, like, you're talking all the things you've gotta do and all this, and it's really overwhelming, and it can make it crazy, but it's like, "Hey, no, no, let's break this down. We're just gonna focus on this part of it right now and build it together now. Right now, let's just talk about the 25% of the bathroom as far as the demolition. We're gonna give 100% to that demolition, and but that's only 25% of the outcome, so it's really good to have your plan in place, right? Is that what you're saying? Like, your plan in place, get healthy,
Oh yeah,
lose weight, whatever it is, that's your goal, and then simplify it by saying, "I'm only gonna do 25% of eating right." Or 25% of this is eating right, so I'm gonna give eating right 100%, and then start there, and then 25% of, drinking more water. Alright, I'm gonna give 100% to drinking more water, right? Like, you could really break it down and simplify it, I think, to people that are scatterbrained and overwhelmed, because I get overwhelmed super easily if I don't break things down to simplify it. Like if I look at the picture as a whole, I won't even start it.
That's like making your I've always heard it referred to as like your power list. If you want to do this, this, and this for the day. So you want to make sure you eat right. You want to make sure you exercise. You want to make sure you drink water. Boom, boom, boom. You check all those. You know, you've won that day. So you've basically given 100% towards your goal for that day.
And let's touch on goal
You know
for
what
a
I mean?
minute though too about that. I just want to chime in real fast. Sorry, I didn't mean. I guess I didn't cut you off because you're drinking something. But man, you've got to give yourself permission to not hit your goal, and don't set your goals so high that you have nothing to do but fail it. Like, do it small with anything. If you set your goals, I mean, you could always have your big picture. Like, I want to be, I've got my plan of how much money I want to make one day. I'm not like, well, if I don't make that all off this next job, then I'm never going to make it. But if I do it over the next 5 years, 1 year at a time or 1 month at a time, I'll eventually reach that goal. But if for example, if I don't reach my monthly goal, I'm not going to quit and be like, well, I can't even do that. You just got to keep going. Give yourself permission. Give yourself grace.
Well, you're gonna fail.
Thanks, Mark.
You know.
Oh,
Well,
love your. Ugh, you always got my back. Always got my back.
thanks, asshole.
Yeah, love your inspiration.
No, I mean everybody fails every once in a while, but you just got to remember that. I mean, you know, I heard a thing the other day. Michael Jordan made
I love his analogies.
a billion clutch shots, but he remembers the one he misses more.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
yep. And he also
So
took the most shots and made the least at some point, right? Was that thing too that they were saying he would take the most shots? Like he shot the ball up the most, and how'd that go? It's somewhere he had the most misses, but also had the highest points. But he took all the shots. He's like,
right,
you throw it up there, you got to take the shot. You'll never make a basket if you don't take a shot. Is what I'm getting to. However,
exactly.
but you got to give yourself.
Or you never hit the target if you don't pull the trigger.
And I find that what we people do that are because most of us that have anxiety and depression, man, we're so self-critical.
Ted's yelling at the dogs. Hey, dog knows.
We're all so self-critical. We don't talk to ourselves like we're talking to our friends. We talk to ourselves like we would if like we're our own enemy. Oh, I didn't make this number. No, man, I didn't eat this meal today. I didn't make my bed this morning. I didn't brush my teeth right. We're so self-critical that we don't focus like, hey, man, you got to give yourself grace. You would never,
You got to be your own motive. You got to be your own motivator.
yeah, nobody's going to save you, and nobody's going to. I mean, there's always somebody out there to help you, but it's down to you and how you talk to
Right, right.
yourself and how much you love yourself because you're not going to do it.
You
You
got to
don't like
push.
it.
You got to push yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I came down to Nashville and was working with you when I was doing 75 hard.
yeah,
And the day my flight left, I was up and I did my outdoor workout before I flew down there, and then I think you and I ended up going to the gym when I got down there.
yeah. And see, that's what I mean. Like I wish when you were here, I wouldn't have looked at the big picture. Like you were eating right, you were drinking right, you were working out, you had your system down, and I'm like, to me, it was so overwhelming. It's like I don't know where to start. It was so overwhelming that I didn't even know where to start. But if I had the tools then that I had now, I'd have been like, hey, Mark, we're gonna start. I want to do this with you, but I'm gonna start off with trying to get my diet right because my stomach's a mess. So
Right,
maybe pick one that I know I can hit first. Like I know I can drink a gallon of water a day. I'm gonna do that for the first few days. Then I'm gonna be like, all right, then I'll work out. Naturally, I'm probably gonna get a better appetite because I'm flushing my system and I'm working out. So then I'll start implementing the food, and but I was looking at the whole 75 hard and saw you and what you were doing, and I'm just not that dedicated of a person yet. I'm too self-abusive and
well,
critical. So
everybody. I mean, even if you do it in baby steps, you know what I mean.
that's what I'm saying a lot.
Some people gotta do stuff in different increments. They can't. It's probably where the hard part comes in.
Yeah. Well, that and I was just talking to a buddy of mine earlier over his finances, and he's really behind on some things, and we were going over his numbers, and I was like, "Look, man, if you didn't try to pay it all off at one shot and then be broke for the next 2 weeks, you could really do this in about 2 months and be completely out of debt and keep $1,000 in your pocket every week." He's like, "Well, how the hell do I do that?" I was like, "Instead of trying to pay something 1 month at a time in full, do it every 2 weeks." He gets paid every 2 weeks. So I was like, "If you" so we went through his expenses. I was like, "If you paid X, Y, and Z, half of it every 2 weeks, and then the other half at this 2 weeks, you'll have over $1,000 in your pocket for 2 weeks." And he's like, "Really?" He's like, "How's that work?" And I was like, "Well, when you get your paycheck, you're behind on everybody, so you try to pay one person off, and then you go a whole month that you don't have to pay that guy, but you're behind on these guys over here, so then you pay these people off, and then this guy over here is off a month. So you're just going back and forth." I was like, "Let's break this down, simplify it to where everybody gets paid a little bit every 2 weeks instead of getting all at once a month." And I'm one of those people who's gotta pay, so I'm trying to get my thing back too, you know? So so we were just sitting there going over the numbers, and he's like, "Dude, how this is actually possible." And you can see is because he's 5.5 months behind on a payment with me, almost 6 months. Uh,
You see the wheels start
so
turning.
then he's like, "Wait, I can actually pay these people back, do this, and have money?" Like, "Okay. Okay, man." So he's gonna come over Friday, we're gonna sit down when he gets his paycheck and, divvy out between the people he owes money to, and not all of it. He can't pay it all at once like he wanted to, because he could just pay
Well,
this guy off in full and then this guy.
you can't chop a tree down with one fucking swipe
Oh,
either.
no, we're not Abraham Lincoln, the vampire hunter or whatever it was.
Paul Bunyan.
Yeah. Um, so that's exciting. So, and again, that kind of brings me to because his whole thing is he wants to get 100% caught up on everybody. So it's kind of funny how everything's transpired into this segment actually because I mean, the whole day's been talking about that. It's like, you'll never get to 100% by trying to do it all at once. Like, it's just not going to happen.
No,
And we're
just
designed,
gotta.
and we're designed that way now. Like, you know,
Well, it's because we want everything. We're so focused on. I want it now.
yeah. And that's a lot of the meth problem with people is why drink 10 beers when you can take one hit of meth and feel great? Like, it's probably not a really good
No
analogy,
thanks.
but
No thanks. But you gotta commit. You gotta commit to your goals. You know. you know.
that can
I
be
mean,
25% of it. Commit. Yeah.
commit it. You know what I mean?
Maybe Mark, we got to
And
write a plan up and get everybody doing something with us. You can start with me, and maybe we can get people to do things as a collective.
your goal. You can't. You can't let. You're always gonna have inner doubt, but you gotta do whatever you can to not have inner doubt.
Yeah.
You're always gonna have that. They call it the bitch voice. Andy Frisella calls it the bitch voice. I've heard other people call it the bitch voice.
Yeah.
I just listen to a lot of Andy Frisella.
And you got and you
That's
gotta yeah, you can throw him out. He needs to give you some money. And you gotta listen to people too, man. And Facebook's Facebook and junk. But let me tell you what happened to me is a friend of mine that I didn't really know that well, and he made a post on Facebook about how he was 365 days sober, and just went into this whole thing and about anxiety and depression, like really became vulnerable. And I hadn't talked to him in a while, and I'm kind of shy about things. So, but anyway, I reached out, thanked him for the post, and I was battling with alcohol too, with anxiety and depression, and man, it really motivated me to to quit and inspired me to quit and just say, I'm gonna do it for as long as I can, and if they can do it, I can do it, and so reach out and lean on people, man. If you see a post on Facebook that resonates with you, or any social media platform, or even ours, if you listen to this, if you go through something, reach out. Um, it's not it's very hard to reach out. Like when you hear about suicide and stuff like that, they're always like, "Oh, reach out." It's like, no, no. If I'm to the point where I need to reach out, I'm probably already past where I need to be. But you need to. You do need to. They say 7 minutes. It's funny how the statistics and everything's all about sevens, but if you're suicidal and you gave somebody 7 minutes, it's all it takes to change their entire life. So again, it's the reach out to somebody. Just if you think you're bad, or you think you're whatever, you want to do something, give somebody 7 minutes to talk with you. That's it. After 7 minutes, you can
I will listen to anybody
anytime. I will too.
anytime.
There's gonna be very few. Sorry, it's thunder now. Now my dog's going nuts. There's gonna be very few things somebody can talk about with between the two of us that we haven't talked to.
You know, we could hell if you want to talk about it on the podcast if that helps.
Yeah, we'll bring it up.
If not,
And here
you got
we're gonna shut out a little
oh,
secret too that we're getting ready to do. We're gonna Remnants of Dysfunction's gonna buy a Class A motorhome, and we're gonna start traveling to people that really truly need help. If you're really struggling at some point or you want to do a life, one of us will get in that RV and come see you and get you out of your thing. So
world
we're
tour.
gonna share a little bit on that. I'll be set up in the camp to bring people on podcasts. So we're going all in on this thing, man. I love it. I'm scared to death. I'm excited, but I think we got some good things happening, and it's gonna be exciting. All right.
Hey, I think it's fun. I mean, you know, we're always we're always there to reach out if you guys need to talk. But on the other hand, just us getting on, just us getting together and shooting the shit is it's almost like therapy for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
You know?
I like it. Well, because we don't. I mean, Mark and I, you and I talk about stuff, but I really think we've had more in-depth talks on the podcast. Well, I don't know we've had some pretty in-depth talks, but it's almost easier to open up like this because it seems more of a purpose felt deal. Instead of us just
Oh, there's a lot of conversations that we've had that I'm thinking, well, we should have fucking recorded that.
yeah, yeah, I know, and we'll get there. We'll rehash them, but some things are nice when you know you're because we're being vulnerable in most of our cast. We're opening ourselves up and talking about our weaknesses and our faults, which I didn't know
Yeah,
I had it
I'm
when
not good
I
at.
started this. I thought I was perfect.
I knew I had some, but
Yeah. Admitting them,
not real big on letting them out.
yeah, or admitting them, yeah, that's another toughie.
I'm real good at burying those fuckers.
Yeah, which is not healthy.
No,
No, no.
no, you gotta take care of yourself. Uh, don't put stuff off. I'm like notorious for that.
No, take chances, take risks, uh, get out of your
I'm
mind.
notorious for not doing that either.
Yeah, do something for yourself, even if it's something small, man. I always told my guys when they worked with me, I was like, you got to buy yourself something with every paycheck. I don't care if it's a tool belt, a CD. I don't care what it is. You've got to gift yourself something for working hard. I don't care if it's a Snickers bar. If you're like, I don't want to buy anything, you've got to reward yourself with something physically and monetarily that you can hold or eat or something. If that makes sense. It doesn't have to be anything big. It could be a penny something. Just
Subscription on OnlyFans.
donate money to us. Something.
Go buy some Reaper apparel.
Yeah, buy yourself a Reaper hat. Or that says Remnants of Dysfunction, though.
We're gonna get some hats made up, dude. We'll get some merch made up.
We get people start following us, we'll start giving them out. But we're gonna get some merch. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do some merch. We got some things to do here.
We gotta reach some more people though, because we can't even get rid of a Dunkin' Donuts fucking gift card. Nobody ever asked that. So fuck the Dunkin' Donuts gift
Yeah,
card.
it's gone. Y'all missed out. What's the next?
I'll go drink that myself.
All right, I'll do this one and post this on everything. Free $50. I'll give a free. I will Venmo, Cash App, send $50 to somebody that listens to our two of our cast. Got to prove it because we'll ask you questions on it. Reach out to us, ask questions, let us know you listen. I'll send you Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, however you want it. $50. We need to get somebody going.
50 smackers.
50 smackers.
You heard it here.
And I'm a man of my word.
Gotta ask us some questions from previous
Or
podcasts.
talk to us about something that happened later in the podcast. Say, hey, I really like this part at later in the pod. Let us know you freaking listened to it.
Right?
At least not all of it, maybe some of it, or at least clicked on it. Hell, at this point, I don't care. Just something. But no,
Send us a message and say, y'all are fucking retarded.
yeah,
Get off the air.
whatever. $50.
Boom, $50.
Yep, yep.
You can make money by calling us nasty names.
Hell, we're on for $25. You don't even have to respond to nothing. For $25, just put in. the message, your Cash App or something, and we'll just send it to you. Don't no nothing. For $50, you gotta be engaged. For 25, just send us your freaking thing. So, Mark, when you post this on social media stuff, let them know, like, free $50 a stake. Listen, click, go. 25 to 50. Don't start right off at 50. It's between 25 and 50. 25, just gotta send your thing. 50, you gotta listen. But
or support the show and send us $50,
yeah,
and then we'll ask you questions.
yeah. Or what would be really cool is, and this is how I do business. You can pay us $50 and we'll send you back 100. That's how my business model works. That's why I don't do.
I do business like that too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh shit.
I'm gonna make a turkey call, and I'm gonna charge you $30. But if you're interested, I'll sell it to you for
Yeah,
15.
yeah. I know it. Man, I hate this. I'm gonna switch gears here. I hate that I'm not smiling much right now. I had those wisdom teeth and all that pack my teeth. I get my or I had to have implants put in. So right now when I smile, it's like I'm missing all my teeth. I get fucking annoying. But I'm working on that. So here pretty soon you'll see a
Hey,
$50,000 smile here pretty soon, and I'll have it.
can't be any worse than that gap
I
you drive a bus through.
And that Samuel L. Jackson gap's way better than my freaking no back teeth. But my dog's got to go poop. I think I'm smelling farts. But we're at 26, 26.
Farts.
Yeah, they must have to go out, and it's getting ready to storm, and I'm seeing lightning everywhere. So I probably had to get them out for the shit in the camper and go do my
Yeah, I gotta take a piss anyway. So let's cut this fucker short.
yeah,
Hey, whatever you're doing, do it 100%.
100%.
Uh,
Especially with
break it up into 25s if you got to, but do 100%. Don't place limits
yeah,
on yourself. Realize that you're gonna fucking get knocked down. You're gonna fail, but you got to get back up and keep pushing.
yeah. And if
And
you need help to talk about that or talk through it with somebody, we're here all anytime. Reach out.
reach out. We're here. Don't forget Reaper Apparel, Remnants of Dysfunction, 10% off. Go buy some good stuff.
Yeah, can we follow them on? Can we follow that guy? Does he have a story that he has online somewhere? Can we follow him as well and kind of check him out or check out his site?
Yeah,
Is there something?
go on. I think they got a Facebook page. Like them up. Let them know you came from Remnants of Dysfunction's podcast,
Reaper Apparel.
and you muted your mic. Dude. Okay, you're still muted. You're like your lips are moving.
Okay, Reaper Apparel, right? Is that right?
Reaper Apparel.
Okay, Reaper Apparel. We'll get this. Oh shit. All
All
right,
right, go get your dog this shit.
all right, man. Love y'all. Bye.
Love you.